Welcome to your daily focus for December the 7th, 2020. My name is Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you. Thank you truly for all the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. I was peeking to make sure I had the deck right side up. Look at that. The Chariot shows up at the bottom when I show you the deck. So you'll get the relevance of that when I start talking about the numerology. So the 7 is the Chariot. So today's energy is, yes, standing in our truth, absolutely, with the 7 energy, but it's also about pulling it back a little bit, thinking it through. Maybe you've had some small revelations over the last several days or weeks, and it's time to really sift them through and maybe ponder what your next step could be going forward. If we do the numerology of the day, it is a 14. The 14 is about a need to verify. It's about making sure that you have the right balance within your personal life, where you need to work a little bit harder, where you need to pull back a little bit. And if we do 1 + 4, it's a 5. And so our creativity, so channel your energy into your creativity, create something, invent something. You could be creating a business plan, a resume. You could be creating a painting, a sculpting, a new dance move, a song. You could be planning your gardens for next year, for me, next year. Really think things through under this energy. Really pull it back a little bit. Take a step back. You'll be very happy that you did. Now, the sun is in Sagittarius, so it's all about learning, growing, seeking adventures, travel, although many of us cannot travel. So maybe it's traveling in our mind, going where we want to go. Or you could go onto the internet. I mean, since there was homeschooling became a thing, you can go for museum tours and zoo tours, and there's all kinds of stuff online. So check it out and go somewhere without leaving the comfort of your home. And the moon is in Virgo. So it's about everything in its place. So we will see what really doesn't belong. If we take that step back, we'll understand where we need to get rid of the clutter in our life, whatever clutter it might be. Okay, so let's go to the cards. Oh, look at that. The 4 of Swords tried to jump out, but jumped back in the deck mid shuffle. We got the 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups is thinking about going forward. And yes, leaving some things behind or changing some things up. We all have our comfort zone of our routine. How we wake up. Do we set the alarm? Do we hit the snooze button? Do we start the coffee maker or the teapot? Do we jump into the shower? Do we work out first? Do we start preparing for the kids for the day, their lunches and whatnot? Do we, what is our routine in the morning? And maybe it's about, we all put our toothpaste on the toothbrush the same way each day, and we usually start the same part of our mouth every day. We're very repetitious, and we get to be almost in automatic pilot. So perhaps interrupting your normal routine and trying something different, or putting something new in, or taking something out might actually awaken you to where you can save time, energy, or money, or how to use it more effectively. But it's our comfort. We drive the same way to work, or we take the same transit system. We do things at a certain time of day. That marks the day. I was listening to a talk not too long ago about, how, early on in the afternoon or something, you get tired. No, you can't do this if you're working, but the advice was, if you wake up in the morning and you have a coffee and you have cereal and toast and off you go, and then you get dressed, to take a 30-minute nap and then have the coffee, have the cereal again. And what happens is your mind goes, oh, it's the beginning of the day. We better get going. And it'll last a couple of hours for you, 2 or 3 hours of that strong energy that you had when you first started your day. So there's a little tidbit for you if you want to use it. Try it out. So and we're staring out into the great beyond, our path forward, and we don't see a lot of stuff. There's not a lot of clarity. There's not a lot of understanding. There's nothing to tell us what is around the next corner. There's nothing to tell us what lays in front of us. So we have to use our imaginations a little bit, creativity, and we have the 5 energy of today to help us do that. We have the 7 energy to stand in our truth. The 6 of Wands, success. So maybe you notice that you've had some successes already and you're like, yeah. And this is not the time to kick your feet up. This is not the time to rest on your laurels. This is the time to push forward. This is essentially a parade being held for you. The other swords in the sides are people pounding them on the pavement, yelling your name, cheering out loud, throwing confetti, balloons are floating. The parade is for you. Your successes, your accomplishments, your endeavors. And this card tells you that even though you recognize some of the successes that you've already had, it's not time to take a break. You're still in full armor. You're ready for the next mission, the next challenge, the next path. And the Emperor ends it up. So, success with the Emperor is by making the plan, making the strategy. So today is a beautiful energy kind of day to make the plan, prepare the strategy, tweak the strategy, think about, is it a doable strategy, or do you need to input something else? Do you need to find something out? Do you need to research? Do you need to ask questions? Maybe there's something holding you back from being able to pursue that strategy that you have planned. So maybe deal with that, accomplishments, completion. Maybe it's just healing, inner healing. Okay, we'll get a mantra. Oh my goodness, how many cards? Well, we've got the dragon here with gratitude. So the dragon is discover your courage. Gratitude is grateful for all that you have. So it's kind of about, between these two cards, I would almost have to say that it is about our strength. It is about our courage. It is about being that dragon. Discovering your courage. Seeing where you are willing to take a risk on you. And being grateful that you have opportunities in front of you, whether or not you want to step into them. You have people that surround you that love you. You have things in your life that you love, that bring you comfort, that bring you happiness, that bring you joy. And it's about bringing those things to the forefront and knowing that you have those things to work with in order to go forward. To be the dragon. To know your courage. To say, I can do this. Okay, the mantras. Let's get the 2 mantras. First, we'll go to dragon. Well, we're at gratitude. So, I am grateful for all of life's gifts of peace, love, and joy. I'm grateful for all of the peace, love, and joy that comes to me, flows through me so naturally each and every day. And we have the dragon. My desires are coming to fruition. So as I am courageous and step forward each and every day, I find that my path widens. My goals become easier to reach. But remember, we're with the 7 energy today. The 7 energy is the chariot, about pulling it back, thinking it through. understanding, you know, fives too. Fives are about two different paths being opened up to you very often in numerology. So with the astrology of today, of Virgo, and seeing what has value and what does not have value, and seeking truth and seeking wisdom and seeking the adventures and opportunities that lay in your wait, very much we could have that aha moment, that epiphany of something else coming into our awareness that we'd like to try, we'd like to do, we'd like to enact, we'd like to enable ourselves to maybe step into that environment, or go for that job, or go on that date, or rekindle that love. And it's about setting the goal and not, what was the stat I saw today on smoking? 55% of smokers try to quit smoking each year, and 7% actually succeed. So there are, disappointments where you didn't use that self-discipline, or something happened and you felt that you needed that vice in order to get you through it, whatever it is, smoking, eating, gambling, shopping, whatever your vice may be. We all have them. But recognizing them and being conscious of them is the biggest step towards changing a routine, changing, the things that we have become kind of on autopilot for, and realizing where we are wasting time or energy or resources. Absolutely. And some things we don't want to change all that much, but we know we should. So maybe that's where the dragon comes in, to bring us our courage, to bring us our strength, and find your voice. Find your voice, says the frog. Hello, my baby. Okay, where's the book hiding? Down here. Find your voice with the frog. The solar eclipse is going to be all about your voice. Actually, the numerology of today is actually going to be the numerology of the solar eclipse too, right? Because it's on the 14th. So we'll have that 14 energy again, which adds up to a 5. But it will be presented to us within different energy. Power, visionary, heart chakra, assertiveness, water, and I'm reading the flamingo. So power, visionary, heart chakra, assertiveness, water, and healing. Remember those words, because I had to read them to you for a reason. So where is the little frog hiding? Find your voice, the very next page. Sing, say no, express yourself. Sing your song and dance your dance and tell your tale. Frog tells you it's time for you to find your voice. Saying no can be one of the most difficult words to speak. So yeah, is that part of your routine? Part of your life? If somebody asks you to do something, you don't want to say no, so you're always, yeah, I'll do that, even though you begrudgingly do it because you didn't want to say yes. You just, felt you had to. Felt like you were in a corner, or who else are they going to get, or say no. And I'll tell you something, if you say no, they may not like you all that much at the time when you actually do say no. But then go home, think about it, meditate on it, ponder on it a little bit, contemplate where you want to put your focus, where you want to put your energy. And if it is helping that person, then pick up the phone and say, hey, I don't know if you found somebody, but I was looking at my schedule and I can help you. Because now you just became their hero. Okay, because nobody says yes. And most people don't want to ask for the help. And that's why we don't want to ask for the help, because most people kind of just turn away from us. And it's like, wow, I was there for you 1,001 times. Really? So, there's all kinds of reasons why we say yes when we really want to say no. And now is the time to utilize your courage, your strength, your empowerment, and say no. Frog says that you have been putting too much pressure on yourself, allowing others to steal your time, exhaust your energy, and maybe you haven't vocalized your dissatisfaction. Instead, you've quieted your voice, and by saying no, you begin making room for the things that you do want in your life. It's not easy at first. The more you practice, the easier it becomes, the more empowered you begin to feel. You may have been keeping frustrations inside of you, and they need to be spoken. It could be a friend that might have hurt you, a spouse who maybe isn't listening to you, a boss or coworker who isn't showing you the respect you feel you deserve. It's now time for you to vocalize your feelings. In order to remove the emotion, you might want to begin by writing it down. That way, you say it, you read it, you practice it, and say it aloud. Look yourself in the mirror while you speak the words of truth. Look in your eyes, and can you see within your eyes how much this is damaging to your soul and spirit? Healing will eventually come from Frog assisting you in finding your voice. Frog also reminds you to put some music on and sing. So before we go there, it could be, just somebody's actions, or, there's that person that's always asking you for a little bit of money, or always expects you to pay for the meal, or always expects you to take out the garbage. Or they do something that you have tolerated, but you just grit your teeth and there's just a little bit of blood running down here on the, you're gripping them so hard you bit your tongue. It's time to say no. No, I don't like that in my life. No, I don't like it when you do that. I don't like it when you treat me like that. I don't like it when we go there. It's time to stand up for your truth, your values. Frog also reminds you to put on some music and sing. It can be in your home or car, and sing as loud as you can. Fun or sad, it doesn't matter. Just express yourself through singing. Your throat chakra may be blocked. Put your right hand over your throat. Envision a blue light circling and swirling, healing the fears that surround you. Maybe you've always wanted to be on stage, a Broadway show, possibly a stand-up comedy act. Embrace Frog in helping you find the voice within you that may be shaky today, but will turn steady and strong the more and more you practice your art. There are no restrictions. There are no limitations other than the ones you impose on yourself. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.